Good morning and welcome to Tom and Pennelope Live.
Hi, this is Tom Pauly.
And I'm Penelope Pauly, and today we have a very special guest.
Jerry Christensen.
He's also known as the Brain Guy.
Hi, hey, Brain Guy.
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm actually perfect.
We have something in common, Jerry and I.
You're both redheads?
No, we both died and had strokes. When you're sitting there and you understand that, like I could read maybe 2 sentences or paragraphs in the newspaper sports section, and I'd fall asleep. It was so difficult. And his shrink came. He gave me this test, and he said, "All right, name all the animals you can in 60 seconds." Wow, that should be quite a list, right?
Mm-hmm.
I dog, cat, bird, snake. I got one more. Elephant. I don't know why, but that's.
Okay, so you had, what, 5 animals that you could name?
Yeah.
I didn't hear this story.
You didn't?
No.
No, I could only name 5 animals. I don't know how the elephant got in there, but that was it. I could think of a dog, a cat, a bird, a snake. I don't know why the snake.
And an elephant.
And an elephant. And it took me a minute.
Wow.
And I was really searching to come up with. And he, when that happens to you, you're not stupid. You know you can't do that, and you know you should do that, and it's scary.
It is the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah, beyond frustrating. They told me that there were people in the unit where I recovered that had. I was a month in the hospital, and they said that there were some folks in there. I was joking one morning. They were teaching me how to get dressed, and when you can't use your right side, that's a trip. I was getting dressed, and I was putting my shirt on, and I put my hand through the right side and putting the left sleeve on, slipping over my head and getting over my shoulder, da-da-da. And I said, well, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm looking out. And she said, "Oh, you know exactly what you're doing. Many people in here don't know what an armhole or a head hole is, let alone what it's for. You just can't figure it out." And Jesus, it's scary.
It's interesting that happened when you were a teenager because, I mean, that is developmentally where the brain is as a teenager, is I'm going to do it my own way and screw authority, and I don't care what you think, and I know better than you, even though I can't explain it to you because I don't have the cognitive functionalities that an adult has. But I know this feels better, and so I'm going to do it this way. So it's almost like for you it was a blessing that it happened when you didn't know any better than to just do it how you were doing it.
So the therapist had no idea what was happening or how it could be happening. The doctors were amazed, to say the least. So in a very short while, they just said, "Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, by the way, keep taking this medication also." And I just said, "Yeah, no, I'm done with the medication. I'm going to recover the way that I know how," even though at that point I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't conscious of it. I just did what felt good. I worked with a quadriplegic gentleman 4 or 5 months ago. Within 45 minutes, he had controlled movement of his legs.
How long had he been a quadriplegic?
Over 17 years.
And 45 minutes working with you, he was able to get controlled movement in his legs?
Yes, he straightened his legs out to straight, and then brought him back down to his wheelchair. More recently, I worked with a woman who had terrible eyesight. She couldn't see at all without glasses on. And it took us about 2 hours. By the end of our process, she had perfect vision. And then 4 weeks later, she sent me a text message. It was about a week ago I got it. And she said, "Thank you so much, Jerry. I've got perfect vision. This is great. Thank you for the wonderful birthday gift."
Okay. Now, what people can relate to that. The first one we kind of slipped over. I didn't get to say anything. You said he'd moved his leg after 17 years. I don't think most people would realize what a tremendous step forward that is, to have controlled movement in a leg that was paralyzed. I mean,
right. Well, because you've got some problems with the body. Exactly.
Yeah. And it's earth shaking because you can't move it, and you sit there every day and it doesn't move, and your mind thinks it's moving, but it isn't moving. And and then for 17 long years you give up. It's not moving. And then to be able to move it, Lord, even one movement, that would be incredible.
It's amazing.
To get your eyesight, she was really, she had bad vision? She was nearsighted?
She couldn't, like when it came to, she was getting a little bit older was her explanation for it, so she could not see anything that wasn't an arm's length away. Anything beyond an arm's length away, she could see just fine, but if it was inside an arm's length, she couldn't even make it at all. Now, she's a photographer, so she's got to be able to see within an arm's length. It's a requirement for her business. And she couldn't without glasses, and she hated her glasses, and her eyes, she couldn't wear contacts. And so we sat down, we went through the process. She had perfect vision at the end, and it continued. Now, when we're happy, we're not powerful. When we're sad, we're not powerful. But when we're right in the middle between happiness and sadness, we are in joy. And in our joy spot is our ultimate place of power, our only place of power. So we find the joy spot.
I've worked with Jerry and had an experience starting to go through it. I haven't actually completed it. I've gone through step 2. And what I want to say this, I had great difficulty with the semantics at first. The terms, his terms didn't agree with how I had those terms defined in my mind. But as we talked about it, I saw what he meant, and it made a lot of sense. And you could see the change as it was happening. And when I was finished with that, this is incredible. It was last Thursday or Wednesday. What, Thursday or Wednesday? I don't know. I think it was Wednesday. Last Wednesday we did this. And when I finished talking to him, I hung up and I got up to go in the other room. Now, I'm a hemiplegic because the right side doesn't work. So I walk with a cane. I've got enough muscles in my hip and my leg to move my leg forward somewhat. But here was a strange thing. For the first time, I wasn't white-knuckled on the cane, thinking that this is what's supporting me. My legs were supporting me. I was walking, not perfectly, of course, but more like people walk. And I was keeping control in my body, not with the cane, but with my legs. It was awesome. It was breathtaking for me. And the next day, which was Thursday, I went to occupational therapy. And she said, "How much can you use your hand?" And I said, "Well, I can't use my hand at all. It'll kind of give an involuntary reflex when I yawn or sneeze or something." And she said, "Well, just try." And I was able to lift my fingers up. That is the hardest thing to do. It's easier to bring your fingers down than it is to lift them up. And I did. I just spread them out and pull them back. I did that, and I couldn't believe it. Then she said, "I want you to try and touch your thumb to your forefinger." Well, I can't do it now because I've got the splint on. But then I did. I touched my thumb to my forefinger and my thumb to my index finger. Wow. This is great. Now, maybe that all happened naturally, and in that 10 minutes I would have got up and walked like that anyway, but I don't think so. I think there was tremendous benefit for me. I wanted to let them know this is something they should listen to.
Right. It's a 3-step process.
This is much more Jedi, actually.
This is what threw me originally.
It keeps I keep thinking about, seriously, everything you're talking about. I'm like, that's how Jedis are. They can't be in love. They can't hate. They can only be. They can only be.
Okay, hey, it's Jedi training. Come on.
Oh, so what was your question, Tom?
So you're talking about acceptance.
Yeah, so you're saying
Exactly.
that you eliminate the expectations and therefore increase the joy because just pure experience.
So this is part of your steps, is getting this mindset set.
Exactly, and actually, this whole mindset for everything in life, regardless of what it is, this mindset of appreciation, which is unconditional, is set by the end of step 2. It doesn't take a lifetime to do this. It's such a complete and perfect invention that it excites me so much.
Well, I know that it has benefit. I really do. I've experienced it. And I can't wait till we get through and finish up. But I want to make an observation that my experience with it was kind of almost, if you forgive me, these are the pop terms. It's like EFT meets Ho'oponopono, or what's that called?
Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono. Do you know what that is?
I'm unaware.
Dr. Joe Vitale has written a book about it, and
I Love You, I'm Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of not really, but kind of those two things combined, because and it has nothing to do with tapping, but it does tap in to your to who you are. A clearing process, a very, very strong clearing process, and that is, we don't say healing because that has other connotations, but to clear yourself of
limitations.
Yeah.
And if you are limiting yourself, this helps you see, dramatically. During the process, I could see that I got it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean exactly. But I saw, and I mean visual, I saw immediately when it worked. He started off, he told me, I'm going to give something away here. You can shoot me. He says, when we have to go to the next step, you say next. And I thought, well, how the hell am I going to know what the next step? And we did that, and I saw immediately when to go to the next step. It's kind of freaky, but it was beautiful. Good deal. You should enjoy it.
We're more of educators. I teach people to do this too. It's an education. Anyone can learn how to do this.
Okay, you know what? It's it's a very good process. Now, Abraham Hicks says that we can have perfection anytime we want it, because all we have to do is open up to Source. Well, that's well and good, but how the hell do you do that?
Exactly. It's called the brain maximizer. That's how you do it.
It's certainly a good process, and I'm all in favor of it.
Thank you for the promotion.
Sure.
Wow, I love it.
How can they get a hold of you, Jerry?
Well, the best way to do it, because I'm traveling around the world writing books and helping people, all based on invitations. So the best way to reach me is by email. It's jerry@brainshiftTechnologies.com.
Spell that.
BRAINSHIFTTECHNOLOGIES.com.
Wow, a speller.
Yeah, it's like channeling that.
Taught her well, haven't you?
Oh, no, he's not the speller.
Oh.
I assure you.
No. Not even close. I'm a writer, not a speller. God, you get to choose A or B, you know?
Well, Jerry, this has certainly been a fun conversation, and I so appreciate what you're doing in the world and helping people, and this is fabulous work. And
we'll encourage people to talk to you. It's you have a website, do you not?
Yeah.
What is the name of that website?
It is Brain
Shift Technologies.
Oh, here we go again.
No, we know what else spell. We're going to go through it. But they can go there and get information? Well, great. Congratulations, and thank you. We look forward to hearing you on the news one day.
Perfect. Thank you.
Surely.
Thanks so much, Jerry.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.